Ever stumble across a song so good, you wonder why the artist didn't stick around? 1984 was a year of neon dreams, cassette tapes, and big hair, but buried in all that synth and swagger were tracks that lit up the charts once, then vanished just as fast. Today, we're diving into some one-hit wonders that crashed into our lives, hit the top, and disappeared. Some made you dance, some made you feel, and some are still living rent-free in your head. This isn't just a countdown, it's a time machine back to the radio moments you forgot you loved. Subscribe and enjoy many more to come. Let's get started. Break My Stride, Matthew Wilder. We kick things off with a song that refuses to quit. Just like the guy who made it, Matthew Wilder had been grinding behind the scenes for years, producing, writing jingles, even doing background vocals for Bette Midler. But in 1984, he stepped into the spotlight with this unstoppable groove. Everything about this song screamed underdog energy. The steel drums, the staccato bounce, the defiant optimism. It shot to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. But here's the twist. Wilder never returned to the top 40 again. And decades later, it's still impossible to hear that hook and not start walking like you've got somewhere to be. A one-hit wonder that refuses to be forgotten? That's how you start a list. Let the music play. Shannon. It hit like lightning in 1984.
We started dancing and love put us into a groove. As soon as we started to...
This was the birth of freestyle, that mix of club beats and emotional storytelling that would dominate dance floors for years. The song tells the story of a woman left behind on the dance floor, choosing to lose herself in the rhythm instead of the drama.
When the music changed, the plan was rearranged. It went to dance with someone else.
It hit number 8 on the Billboard charts and became a dance anthem almost overnight. Shannon never cracked the top 40 again, but this one hit made her a pioneer. Freestyle wouldn't be the same without her, and neither would the sound of the mid-80s. Breakin'. There's No Stopping Us. Ollie and Jerry. It was the theme song for the cult dance film Breakin', and it brought street-style energy straight to the top 10. Ollie and Jerry were session musicians who struck gold when they landed this track on the Breakin' soundtrack. The movie was low budget, but the music, it exploded. This song peaked at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 and helped push breakdancing further into the mainstream. They never had another hit, but this was lightning in a bottle, a track that captured a moment when dance ruled everything. And even now, if you hear it in the right setting, you might just bust out a windmill. Friends, Shalomar. Some songs don't need to be loud to be unforgettable. By the time this song hit in 1984, Shalomar had been through lineup changes and label shifts, but Friends gave them their only US Top 40 moment. It slid onto the charts at number 35 and carved out its own space in the R&B pop crossover lane. They were bigger in the UK, but in the States, this was their one and only hit. If you've ever been in a friendship that blurred the lines or felt a little too real, this track probably hit home. One hit, one slow jam classic. And one more reason the 80s had range. Desert Moon, Dennis DeYoung.
Is this the train to Desert Moon? Or so she said.
After leading Styx through arena rock anthems and theatrical ballads, Dennis DeYoung went solo and surprised everyone with something quieter. Desert Moon wasn't loud or flashy. It was a slow, reflective ballad about lost innocence and time slipping away. Backed by gentle keys and DeYoung's unmistakable voice, it felt like a song made for driving through empty streets at night. Thinking about the one that got away. Released in 1984, it reached number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100, his only solo top 40 hit. It was a far cry from the bombast of Mr. Roboto or Come Sail Away, but that's what made it work. It was personal. Electric Kingdom, Twilight 22. Electric Kingdom by Twilight 22 came blasting in with robotic voices, aggressive beats, and a sci-fi edge that felt like it belonged in a video game arcade or a breakdance battle under a neon grid. The duo behind it, Gordon Bahari and Joseph Salter, fused electro, funk, and a little paranoia to paint a picture of urban chaos and digital life. It only reached number 48 on the Hot 100, but in underground scenes, it became iconic. DJs loved it. B-boys spun to it. It was pure street-level electricity. Tenderness. General Public. Formed by members of the English Beat, General Public brought ska, pop, and new wave together into something that felt both fresh and familiar. Tenderness was their only major hit in America, landing at number 27. But it sounded like it should have gone higher. Everything about the track pops, from the choppy guitars to the bouncing horns to the perfectly offbeat vocal delivery. It became a bit of a cult favorite, showing up in movies, commercials, and playlists that needed just the right mix of lightness and heart. This one didn't break big in the US, but in the UK, it was everywhere, and for good reason. Young at Heart by the Bluebells is one of those songs that sneaks up on you. It starts simple, almost modest, and then builds into something quietly powerful. With jangly guitars, a sing-along chorus, and a bittersweet message about time slipping away, it hit number 1 in the UK, nearly 2 years after its original release. The Politics of Dancing, Reflex. If you've ever wanted to understand what early 80s new wave felt like, this song might be the cheat code. The Politics of Dancing by Reflex had everything. Punchy synths, a rubbery bass line, and a hook that was impossible to shake. Released in 1984, it slid into the Billboard Top 30 and quickly became a club staple on both sides of the Atlantic. It wasn't just a dance track, it had a strange message too. Underneath the beat was a commentary about self-expression and connection. Dancing wasn't just fun, it was power. Nobody Loves Me Like You Do, Jermaine Jackson and Whitney Houston.
Like a candle burning bright.
Before the world knew Whitney Houston as a powerhouse solo act, she made her chart debut as part of this gentle duet with Jermaine Jackson. Nobody Loves Me Like You Do was a slow-burning ballad, full of soft piano, warm harmonies, and lyrics that hit right in the heart. Released in 1984, it reached number 34 on the Billboard Hot 100, giving Whitney her first and only top 40 hit in a duet with Jermaine. For Jermaine, it was part of a solo career that briefly stepped out from the Jackson family shadow. For Whitney, it was the very beginning, a glimpse of what was coming. Love Resurrection, Allison Moyet. After leaving the synth-pop duo Yazoo, Moyet launched her solo career with this smoldering track in 1984. It didn't crack the top 40 in the US, but it soared to number 10 in the UK, becoming her signature solo hit. She'd go on to release other songs, but this was her one shining moment on the global stage, and it still feels as fresh, raw, and human today as it did back then. These artists came and went, but the songs, they stuck. Whether they made you dance, cry, or rewind the tape, they earned their place in 80s history. Which one brought back memories for you? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the ride, hit like and subscribe for more forgotten gems. See you next time.